Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, Dr. Thomas and Dr. Jane and all of you. Today I will talk to you about the history of Saudi Arabia. The history of Saudi Arabia and its current form as a state began with its foundation in 1932 by King Abdulaziz Al Saud. Although the human history of the region that is now Saudi Arabia extend as far as 20,000 years ago. The region has twice in world history had a global impact. In the 7th century, it's become the cradle of Islam and the first center of the Arab Empire. From the mid 20th century, the discovery of vast oil deposits propelled it into a key economic and geopolitical role. The region existed in the relation of security and isolation. Although from the 7th century, the city of Mecca and Medina had the highest spiritual significance for the Muslim world, with Mecca becoming the destination for the Hajj annual pilgrimage. For much of the region history, a patchwork of tribal rulers controlled most of the area. Al Saud, the royal family, emerged as minor tribal rulers emerged in Central Arabia. Mid-8th century, imbued with the religious zeal of the Wahhabi Islamic movement, they become aggressively expansionist. Over the following 150 years, the extent of the Al Saud territory fluctuated. Between 1902 and 1927, Al Saud leader King Abdulaziz carried out a series of wars of conquest, which resulted in his establishing the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 1932 until his death in 1953. King Abdulaziz ruled Saudi Arabia as an absolute monarchy. Thereafter, 6 of his sons and succession have reigned the kingdom. King Abdulaziz, the immediate successor of King Abdulaziz. King Faisal replaced King Saud 1964. King Khalid and King Faisal, successor, Islamist extremist, temporarily seized control of the Grand Mosque in Mecca in 1979. King Fahd became king in 1982. King Abdullah succeeded King Fahd in 2005, and King Salman became king in 2015. Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, was born in Mecca in about 570 and first began preaching in the city in 610. Abu Bakr became the Muslim leader as the first Caliph. Mecca and Medina remained the spiritual most important places in Muslim world. Quran requires a very able-bodied Muslim as one of the 5 pillars of Islam to make a pilgrimage our Hajj to Mecca during the Islam month of Dhul Hijjah, at least once in the lifetime. In years 2015, King Salman sovereign the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Its land area is 829,995 square mile and 2,149,690 square kilometer. Population in Saudi Arabia 30 million, which its growth rate is 1.49%. Their birth rate, infant mortality rate, and life expectancy. The main city capital and large year 2011, which is Riyadh, with a population about 6 million. And other large city are Jeddah, about 4 million population. And other each is Mecca, about 2 million population. And in Saudi Arabia, which has a monetary unit, is Riyal. For the most part, Saudi Arabia is inhabited desert land, which include the Rub' al-Khali desert, the largest mass of sand in the world. Food desert where sand dunes often exceed 100 feet in height. The land desert rises into hills and mountains in the west and southwest along edge of and southwest along the edge of the Red Sea. 10,000. Saudi Arabia highest point is Jabal al-Suda, which peaks at 10,279 feet. Their industry crude oil production. Today, agriculture in Saudi Arabia is focused in the export of wheat, dates, dairy products, eggs, fish, poultry, fruits, vegetables, and flour to market around the world. Dates, once of a staple of the Saudi diet, are now mainly grow for global humanitarian aid. There are numerous cities in Saudi Arabia. Each of them varies from the other in various aspects, such as climate, vegetation, soil, people, culture, and infrastructure trade. Riyadh is the largest Saudi Arabia city. City in Saudi Arabia: Tabuk, Abha, Khamis Mshiط, Jeddah, Al-Kharj, Skaka, Hail, Al-Khubar, Al-Dammam, Najran, Jazan, and Yanbu. In Qassim, there are cities which are Buraidah, Unayza, Al-Ras, Abkiriyah, Al-Bidayah, Al-Khabra, Riyadh Al-Khabra, and Al-Nabhariyah. As a citizen in Saudi Arabia, I prefer most this is the best country I ever known. Everything are in here. I can assure people other country like to come here and enjoy being Saudian in Saudi Arabia. I love and like my country so much. I adore being one. I am confidently spread the voice of the beauty in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That is all I can see about my country, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you, Dr. Jane and Dr. Thomas and all of you for time and listening about the history of Saudi Arabia.